It brings me great sadness to report that Nichelle Nichols, born Grace Dale Nichols, who played Uhura in the original Star Trek series, has passed away on July the 30th, 2022. This is sad. I always feared one day this is gonna come because there aren't that many left in the original series. And plus, a couple of years back, she was diagnosed with dementia. And it's truly sad that she died because she was, you know, an icon, a legend, and like a person who broke barriers on TV in a world where people would not allow her to be on screen, all because of the way she looked and because she was a woman, but mainly because she was that of a black woman. And it's really sad when it comes to her most famous role of all because her character wasn't allowed to flourish like other characters because she was a woman and a black woman at that. Her role and time on screen was limited. Her dialogue was limited to Captain, I'm scared. And that's just like crap. Back in those days, they didn't want a black woman on the show and they had to put her behind the captain seat where nobody could really see her face and stuff. And her face was always turned away from the camera. And she's a woman who had pride in herself. And then sadly, because of the treatment from her, the people like on set and everything, it got to the point where it was too much for her. You know what I'm saying? And she walked away from Star Trek until a man, a great man, told and convinced her she has to stay on the show because she is representing not only herself but for black people everywhere. For the first time, people are getting to see a black woman on TV in a important role and stuff. And that man was Martin Luther King. And it's a story she's told countless times and stuff. And he was right because she pushed barriers on TV and stuff because they did not want people of color on TV. It even got to the point that when she's even like, she had like the first interracial kiss between a black person and a white person. And then when the show got canceled, sadly, when it went to the animated series, the executive producers and stuff didn't want her on the show. And until the cast had to fight for her, they said they wouldn't do the animated series unless she came back. So she has been through like the ringer. And it's sad in her final days, she was going through like a lot with dementia and all kind of like other stuff. And people should look up and respect this woman because in Star Trek it took many decades for women to be respected on the show. And she was the first true icon of that show because most people didn't even know of the pilot with number one and stuff. So sadly, may she rest in peace.